Hi, my name is Kennedy Shields, and this is my buddy Ryan. We are so excited to be here tonight to celebrate Elevate St. Louis. We're going to do some songs for you for a few minutes. We invite you guys to keep on tuning in because it's going to be a great show. This first song is called How I Feel. Hope you're ready to dance. There is no fear in love. It's going to be a good time tonight. 1, 2, 3, let's go. There's no way possible for you to understand. No way possible to comprehend. There's no way possible for you to understand. No way possible to comprehend. How I feel, how I feel, how I feel about you, how I feel, how I feel, how I feel about you. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We got so much to celebrate, so much to celebrate. There's no way possible for you to understand. No way possible to comprehend.
Sometimes I don't even think I understand.
There's no way possible for you to understand. No way possible to comprehend. How I feel, how I feel, how I feel about you, how I feel, how I Yeah. That song is called How I Feel. My name is Kennedy Shields. You're just now joining us. You are turning into the pre-show for Elevate St. Louis. If you like our music, you can follow us on Instagram at Kennedy Shields, Spotify, Kennedy Shields. The Real Love Project is out now. This next song is another one they want to keep on moving and grooving to. 15 minutes, okay. And so it's called Fight for Love. Anybody in a relationship? We call this the marriage anthem. This one is for you. It's easier to run away than stay. Feels like we're drifting far away. So many thoughts running through my mind, saying I'm sorry won't work this time. Don't wanna go to bed with it on my head. I wanna sleep tight tonight. We gotta get it right tonight. Don't wanna fuss and fight all night. Me up under you, you up under me, that feels so right. Baby, let's hold on tight. Love's gonna win tonight. Let's go, 'cause we gotta fight. Fight for love. There's so much in the world trying to split us up. Yeah, but we gotta fight. Hey, fight for us. This God sent you to me and I'm never gonna give you up. The fight'll be a journey, but that's okay.
But that's okay. It's okay.
Don't let the little things get in the way.
Please don't let the things get in the way.
We don't always get it right, but if God is for us, we can win this fight.
No, he is.
Don't wanna go to bed with it on my head. I wanna sleep tight tonight. Sleep tight. Don't wanna fuss and fight all night. Fuss and fight. Don't wanna fuss and fight all night.
Man, I ain't fussing.
Me up under you, you up under me. That feels so right. That feels so right. Baby, let's hold on tight. Let's hold on tight. Love's gonna win tonight. Let's go. We gotta fight. Fight for love. There's so much in the world trying to split us up. Yeah, but we gotta fight. Fight for us. This God sent you to me and I'm never gonna give you up. I can't see my life without you right here by my side. So much history together, remember the other night. I wanna laugh and love with you forever. I wanna make more memories together. Together, forever. Hey, we gotta fight. Fight for love. There's so much in the world trying to split us up. Yeah, but we gotta fight. Fight for us. God sent you to me and I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna give you up. Hey. Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna give you up. Woo! That is Fight for Love. Give it up for Ryan Musinski on electric guitar. Oh, man, I appreciate that. So, Kennedy Shields, what we're doing out here, we are just fighters for love, fighters for rightful marriage, for family, for friendships and relationships. That song said there's so many things that are trying to split us up, but we got to fight. Fight for love. So if you're in a relationship, fight for that relationship to work out, to make it last. If you're fighting for your children, keep on fighting for them. We're all about love. We want to spread that vision. You can find our album on Spotify, Apple Music, all those places. Kennedy Shields, The Real Love Project. This next song is the first single that actually came out from this album. Is called Imagine. And this is what, if you want to be the change that you want to see in our city, in our nation, and in our world, it starts with us. So this song is called Imagine. Imagine what the world would look like if we put our differences aside. Imagine what the world would look like. What if we put our difference aside? All of our idols, all of our pride. What if we laid our weapons down? What if we walked in each other's shoes? What if we saw another point of view? What if we came together now? If you know it, help me sing it out. Imagine what the world would look like. We put our differences aside. Imagine what the world would look like. Imagine what the world would look like if we put our differences aside. world will look like. I hear blood crying from the ground. Somebody's baby been shot down. In this darkness, is there healing for their sorrow? Can we just stay in the fight? It won't happen overnight. We gotta wake up, we can't wait until tomorrow. So bring your policies and politics and lay them on the altar. Your offenses, your past tenses, let them go. 'Cause we didn't sleep for much too long. So much work that must be done. Spirit, give us strength and help us make it so. Imagine what the world will look like if we put differences aside. Imagine what the world will look like, look like. Imagine what the world will look like if we put differences aside. Imagine what the world will look like, look like. Come on, let's declare some things. 'Cause walls, I see walls tumbling down, tumbling down. Walls, I see walls tumbling down. And chains, I see chains breaking apart, breaking apart. Oh, chains, I see chains break apart. And hands, I see hands. That's right. Reaching out, reaching out. Hands, I see hands. Yeah. Reaching out. The most important part. And love, I see love. Healing us, healing us. Oh, love, I see love. Healing us. So do you believe it? Differences aside. Imagine what the world will look like, look like. Stay right there with that. Woo! That song is really personal to me. I wrote it with a buddy of mine. His name is Russ Moore. And I remember us talking about, like, what's the change that we want to see in our city? What's the change that we want to see in our marriage? What's the change that we want to see in our own world? And it all starts with some thoughts, right? If we think on those things, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, you know, and once we take those changes, take those thoughts, we start to put them into action. So if we want to be that change, we have to do something. We can't sit on the sideline any longer. So I just want to sing that chorus part one more time. Imagine what the world, just hone it in. Imagine what the world will look like if we put our differences aside. Imagine what the world will look like, look like. Imagine what the world will look like if we put our differences aside. Imagine what the world will look like, look like. Yeah. So this next song coming up is called I Won't Let You Be Lonely. And kind of a little story behind that one. My wife and I were writing this song after we were talking to some friends who were going through a really tough time in their marriage. And I remember just seeing this picture of my wife walking with the wife as she was really processing grief and struggles and things like that. And it was a reminder that God puts people in our life for a reason. I believe you're watching this right now for a reason. And so this song, I Won't Let You Be Lonely, just kind of speaks right into that. We'll just do a little piece of it. It says, I won't let you be lonely tonight. I won't let you be lonely. Yeah. I won't let you be lonely tonight. I won't let you be lonely. I see you falling to your knees, saying, dear Lord, help me please. My world is shaking, my heart is breaking. Let the tears fall where they may, even on your worst day. Love's here for you to carry you through. I won't let you be lonely tonight. I won't let you be lonely. I won't let you be lonely tonight. I won't let you be lonely, 'cause I'll be by your side, keeping you still through the night. You won't walk this road alone. You can rest your head on my shoulders. We'll come out stronger together. I won't let you be lonely tonight. I won't let you be lonely. No, I won't let you be lonely tonight. I won't let you be lonely. I know it's been hard for you. The darkest night is before the break of day. I know it's been rough for you. Hey, but I won't let you walk alone. You wanna walk alone. Said you wanna walk alone. You wanna walk alone. No, you wanna walk alone. No, no, no. You wanna walk alone. You wanna walk alone. You wanna walk alone. Break it down. You wanna walk alone. Said I won't let you be lonely tonight. Somebody needs to be reminded of that. I won't let you be lonely. No, I won't let you be lonely tonight. I won't let you be lonely. My name is Kennedy Shields. This is Ryan Musinski. We are so excited to be a part of Elevate St. Louis tonight. This live stream, you are going to have a good time. If you like our music, feel free to follow us on Kennedy Shields on Instagram and Twitter, The Real Love Project on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever you get your music. Shout out to Spot Content Media for having us and everybody else that's a part of this awesome program. We'll see you real soon, so don't turn off nothing.
Welcome to Celebrate the Vision, presented by Ascension. I'm Timmy Zell, along with Frank Bell of Elevate St. Louis, and it is a celebration. It's a party, and you can't have a party without party music. Kenny DeShields, how about that right there, kicking us off for the evening? Thank you, sir.
Kenny.
Yes, indeed.
Outstanding, Kenny. You know, I think that he gave us a soundtrack of what we just went through for the past year. So outstanding, outstanding.
Way to go, way to go. Frank, this is our second year, man.
Man, look at it. We made it.
Yeah, we made it. Man, it's been a year, hasn't it?
Yeah, and a whole lot has happened, too. And we're going to share a lot with you guys about what's been going on with Elevate St. Louis. But I am super thrilled to be here with my brother, my friend, Timmy Zell.
Right back at you, my friend. And we had an interesting meeting at a Bible study. You told me about Elevate St. Louis. We ended up doing a piece on the thread. And boom, here we are, man. A great relationship. So glad our paths were crossed.
You know, thanks to you and the Thread St. Louis, we are no longer the best kept secret in youth services in the St. Louis metro area. You guys really put us on the map with that.
It's no secret, but it may be new to you. Maybe somebody told you, hey, you need to celebrate the vision. You need to watch this, but you haven't seen it before, and you don't know what it is. So you're probably thinking, well, what is Elevate St. Louis? Glad you asked. We got some folks to tell you just what is Elevate St. Louis.
What is Elevate St. Louis?
What is Elevate St. Louis?
What is Elevate St. Louis?
So from my perspective, Elevate St. Louis is a program that bridges the gap from after school to before school, meaning when the student goes home, they have a mentor and they are still connected to this school. And they have someone that is always with them, even on the weekends, basically.
What it is to me when I think of Elevate St. Louis and its success in our building is the caring people. They really care about the kids. They really work hard to mentor them, and it's in the title. They elevate them to be their best in their educational journey. To tutoring, help, counseling, they do it all.
Elevate St. Louis is one of the greatest advocates for students that I've seen in public education in a long time, mainly because of the relationships that they foster with children. I think it's extremely important for students to have trusted adults that they can connect with throughout the course of the school day and beyond.
Elevate St. Louis has taught me how to set goals, how to keep my determination for that goal, and to stay focused on that one thing if that's necessary to do. I've learned a lot. It's been hard, but I'm glad we finally got through it as a team. It was great.
What I've seen is, students join this program and actually, they blossom because they have people around them that they're close with. This is not just a class, but to me, it really seems like almost like a lifestyle from what I've seen on the outside.
Sometimes we have kids that don't have any guidance, seem a little lost, but during the course of the Elevate program, I like to see, the thing I like to see them do most is when they go and mentor the other students. They've shown a lot of progress amongst themselves, and then they go to the elementary schools and help out the students or the community service work that they do, always with a positive attitude.
Another really positive thing that I see out of our Elevate program is just how giving they are to our students and our community. I was fortunate to be involved in our Thanksgiving food delivery, and we were able to assist the Elevate program in delivering home-cooked meals for many of our families for Thanksgiving. And so I think it just shows their commitment not only to the students, but the greater Ferguson-Florissant and then St. Louis community.
Just having them in the building for the last 4 years, there will be things that students will be saying years from now, and it won't be because McClure got there alone, it'll be because Elevate was partnering with us.
It's a great program. I would recommend any student has the opportunity to work with them, they need to do it because it's great.
So awesome. And look, it's called Celebrate the Vision tonight, but we're not just celebrating the vision, we're celebrating the vision that has come to fruition. It's boots on the ground. It's happening. Frank, what does that do for your heart to see that now taking place? Everything that you envisioned it to be is happening.
First of all, Tim, be careful, man, because I'm an ugly crier, okay? I've walked with these young people since the moment that they joined the program, and it has been a true blessing to my life to be able to see this. Actually, I'm answering a calling on my life to be able to usher these young people into a place where they have hope. They're setting goals, they're working hard to achieve those goals, and what they want to do most of all is to be able to give back to the community that has supported them. So this has been my grand privilege, Tim, to bring us to this point.
Yeah, this investment is in the individual, but it's in the individual that goes out into the community and has a major impact.
Well, we're being true to our mission here. We want to deliver on it in everything that we do. We build long-term, life-changing relationships with our students. We're here to equip them to become thriving contributors in their community. The vision for us that we're celebrating right now is that we're making good on the promise to raise up generations of thriving urban leaders.
We're celebrating the vision. We're celebrating the vision come to fruition. We're also celebrating graduation. You have 17 students who were sophomores when this program started. They're now graduating. How does that feel?
Oh my gosh, again, ugly crier, so I'm trying to keep the tears back right now too. The school district allowed us to be a part of the graduation ceremony, so we were able to lead some of our students right up to be able to get their diplomas. That was a fantastic way for us to be able to see them off into this next leg of their journey. Now, Tim, some of these young people, though, when we got started with us, they were counted out. Some of them weren't coming to school very much. Some of them had lost interest. Matter of fact, there's a young man that's graduated now, and he told me when I was explaining the program to him and said, hey, this is a way for you to be able to generate hope in your life and to be able to set goals. And he says, wait, stop right there, buddy. You know what, man? Hope is for somebody else. And so what we said to him is like, you know what, just keep coming and stay invested, and I'll make you this promise. If you be faithful to the things that we're trying to instill in your life and you be consistent in it, I guarantee that your life will change for the rest of your life. And of course, he's had that life-changing moment. He's graduated, he's got his high school diploma, and you're going to see him pretty soon. 17
of your students that are finally making it to graduation, which is what you've aimed for all along.
Absolutely, Tim. Yeah, we had those 17 from when they were sophomores, when we first started, when they took their first shaky steps in learning how to be cross-age mentors and going down to the elementary school and working with fifth graders, all the way to the point for them being consistent in going to class, taking what they're learning in our program about developing their character, life skills, becoming great critical thinkers, and setting a goal and vision for themselves. All of our students are required to create a post-secondary education plan that includes going on to college or to some type of trade school or technical school, enrolling in the military, or getting a living wage job. And I'm happy to report, you're going to see in a moment, all of our students have accomplished those goals.
Well, let's do it. Let's celebrate some of these graduates. 17 that have reached graduation in Elevate St. Louis. Let's take a look.
Folks, every time I see that video, it just warms my heart and it makes me think about all the things that we went through to help these young people to be able to reach that first milestone in their life and enjoy high school graduation. In our program, we have a mantra. We always say, every student, every story. We take the time to get to know every one of our young people, all 200 plus of them. We know their stories. We know their ups, their downs, their triumphs, their hardships. We know the times that they've been confused and didn't know which way to go. Sometimes they were making poor choices that led them in the wrong directions, but we were also there with them year-round, available to our students 24/7, 365. There's been times where we got the 2 o'clock in the morning phone call because we had a young person who had found themselves in a situation and they did not know how to make it back home. But 2 of us showed up. We got them there. Now, we let them know that we're not their personal Uber service. But what we did do, though, was connect with them, help them to debug their thinking, make better choices. And some of those young people made it across the finish line to graduation. You know, the way that we build these loving relationships with our young people is we go through a 4-stage process that we do really religiously with every young person. We want them to know that they are seen, heard, known, and loved. Seen, heard, known, and loved. The 4 longings of any teenager's heart to let them know that they truly matter. And they begin to trust us with things that they hadn't trusted anybody with before. And we help them work through traumas and work past those traumas to begin to set goals. And day by day, little by little, they start to make progress to the point they begin to believe in themselves and they want to do more to be able to achieve those goals as well, too. You know, in our program, like we said, every student, every story. And I'd like to be able to highlight a story right now. One of the very first student in our program, and you just saw her, her name is Michaela Miller. Now, we all know that no one knows children like their parents, like their mothers and fathers. So right now, I'd like to give Nakia Williams the privilege to be able to talk about her daughter's journey in Elevate St. Louis.
Michaela's freshman year, I ended up having a bleeding disorder. Michaela also has a brother. He's bipolar, schizophrenic, and he has Asperger's. He has a form of autism. She's had to deal with it her whole life. So she overcame a lot. On top of COVID came, and she was also her senior year, but she was also a freshman with her little sister and a sophomore with her brother with a sick mom. So she had to learn how to give iron injections, take blood pressures, and all kind of stuff to help me be at home with them through this. I don't think graduating would have been in her reach without Elevate. I don't see it being her able to accomplish that without the Elevate St. Louis program. I really don't. At this point, some kids are, I would say, hands-on type of learners. And in school, when you're teaching a class full of 25, 30 kids, you don't have time to be as hands-on with that student as they may need. So when she went to her Elevate class, she had that one-on-one, this is what you're missing, this is how you do it, let's look at YouTube videos, let me show you how to do it this way. It was more of a hands-on thing for me with my child, and she learns great that way. They became a part of my life when I started seeing the changes they were making. And my kid is very hard to please, all of them. For her to come home with this big old smile on her face and trying to show me what somebody showed her in Elevate, and this is what we did in Elevate, and I didn't understand this class, but I went to Elevate and Dr. Frank showed me this, and I'm like, okay. So when I was able to get up and actually go meet these people, it was more or less of a, I want to see who my baby is talking about constantly. And when I met them, they were everything that she said. It wasn't a beat that she missed. They were bubbly. They helped with everything. I don't even think I seen a dull smile. It was, they were happy to be with these children, and they were happy to do what they were doing. I've never, it wasn't a job. This is something that they love to do. So I appreciated that, because kids need that, especially in today's age. You may not want to talk to your mom, and you may not want to talk to your dad, and you may not want to call your cousins. You may want to tell somebody who doesn't know everything else, that only can give you the perspective that you're giving them. So it's necessary. For me, Elevate St. Louis is a phenomenal program. I wouldn't trust another program with my kids. I just love it.
Elevate St. Louis comes alongside these families to support these students in what they're trying to achieve. And I have the pleasure of talking with a family right now, Stevie Bowen Jr., who's in the program. Mom Rebecca joining us this morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You got it. You got it. All right, Stevie, tell me, what does it mean to you to be in this program? What does Elevate St. Louis mean to you?
Elevate St. Louis means everything to me. You know, when I came in my freshman year, I was really questioning, like, why am I here? Why was I being put here? But now I'm about to be a senior. I really am glad I was put in this program because I don't know where I would have been without it.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing you've gotten out of Elevate St. Louis? That's hard to pick.
It's helped me train to become a better leader because especially ever since freshman year, people have been telling me that you should be in these leadership positions and all this stuff. And now that I'm a senior, now I am being pushed to be put in these leadership positions, whether that is in every program I'm in school or just in general in the day-to-day life.
We got to see it in action when we did the story on the thread, man. You were stepping up in that leadership role.
Yep.
That's it. Mom, what does it mean for you to see this taking place in your son? What have you seen?
I've seen so much growth and maturity.
Yeah.
I've seen him be a little bit more responsible. And I just see how he lights up when he's with the program.
Yeah.
He loves it. I like seeing him work with other kids. He really goes in with other little kids, mentoring them and trying to show them what he's learned. So I do like that.
What does it mean for you to have this organization come alongside your child to help them achieve their dreams?
I love it. It's the biggest blessing that we have had because we don't know, in today's society, you never know what could happen, but they have kept him on the straight and narrow, and we've all worked together. And I just love to see the growth in him. I'm sorry, I'm just
that's
emotional.
Awesome. Stevie, how did you view your future before Elevate St. Louis, and how do you view it now?
My future felt a little cloudy. You know, I was questioning my self-worth and where was I going to end up, like after high school. But now, especially coming into my senior year, I am now starting to see my path in life, and it's becoming way more clear than I ever thought it would be.
That's awesome. Mom, how has Elevate St. Louis worked with you as a parent to kind of partner with you in this?
Well, we've done a lot. At least the communication.
Yeah.
I love the communication between teachers and parents. I've always grown up believing it takes a village to raise our children.
Absolutely.
I come from parents who are educators, so I know what it's like to have teachers and parent relationship. And if there's something wrong, they do let us know what they see. I also like the fact that, yes, my child can talk to somebody else, and they listen. And we actually get a plan together to try to work to get him where he needs to be.
And that's got to be so reassuring for you as a parent to know that you've got partnership. You've got other folks that are coming alongside and echoing the same things that you've wanted to instill in him, and they're doing it as well. I mean, that's just got to be.
Just because sometimes it does, from a parent perspective, from the kid, they think that you're just being a little mean and fussy, but to hear it from someone else, maybe in a different way, they receive it a lot better, and I like that.
Stevie, how much do you want to bring along the next generation behind you and get other kids involved in this program?
Oh, I would love to. I feel like most kids, especially nowadays, will need an organization like Elevate, because most kids nowadays are lost. They don't, and most of them don't have really nobody to come to and talk to, or even motivate them to do better.
Yeah. Can either one of you imagine life without Elevate St. Louis after having a taste of it?
No. No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, sir.
No. Proud mama?
Yes.
Proud dad? Couldn't be here tonight because he's working?
He is, but he's involved.
Oh, absolutely. He's right there. The family's all been involved on this deal.
Yes, they have.
Man, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, well, you're seeing the difference it's making in the lives of the students, in the lives of the students' families, how important it is to them. Now we're going to hear about how important this is to the school district and how thankful they are to have this program in their school district. Frank?
All right, thanks, Tim. Thank you so much, too, for sticking with us this long to hear all the great things that are happening with us. You know, there's another story, too, that we'd like to tell as well, and how we got our start. So I have with us this evening, representing the school district, my great friend Kevin Hampton, who is the Chief of Staff for the Ferguson Forest and School District. And so I want to ask you, Kevin, you were there from the start when we had our initial conversations about bringing Elevate St. Louis into the school district. You were there from the original idea and the information that was being shared with you guys. So what led into your decision to invite us in?
You know, Frank, in those days and months after Ferguson was thrust into the international spotlight, there were a lot of individuals and organizations who came to us and they wanted to help us and they wanted to save us and they wanted to try to make some kind of a difference. And most of those folks have fallen by the wayside, but Elevate stuck around and stayed in. I had the opportunity with some other leaders from the district to go to Denver and to see the work that was happening through Elevate there in Denver. And we saw that Elevate was literally saving and transforming lives with high school kids, with middle school kids, with elementary school kids. And we knew that there was value because of the way we saw that program working there. And we wanted to see that happen for our kids too.
Outstanding, man. That warms my heart to hear that. And I was there for part of these discussions too as well. But tell me now, though, now that we've up and running, and now you see that we've got our next first set of graduates that are about to enter into the world, from your perspective, from Dr. Davis's perspective, the superintendent, and from the board's perspective, how well are we doing?
Sure, you know, our board and our superintendent are totally excited about Elevate being on board. You know, stories like Stevie's, one of the graduate stories, Kimon, you know, Kimon has had an opportunity not only to make a difference in the lives of his peers and younger students in the district, but his voice is being heard across the nation through some work that we're doing towards equity and towards anti-racism. And he's out there making a difference. And that's largely due to work that has been done through Elevate. So we're excited about that. We're excited about the way that our high school kids are helping our younger kids and being role models for students while they're still students themselves.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, keep behind that young person. I don't think we can claim all the results of his life. He's been just a young person, a champion for all the right things for such a long time. Matter of fact, Keemon was kind of hanging around the edges of the program, and we just pulled that kid right on into the room, and he fell in like he was running the place. So here we are right now at this stage where we've kind of hit a little wall, and we stalled out a bit because of COVID-19, and it caused a setback in our funding and things too as well. So now we are hoping that the folks that are viewing right now will see some value in what we do. So what would you like to tell them as you would like to see us take the next steps forward?
Sure, you know, so the thing that we know is that students and communities have struggled through these last year and a half. We know that communities are hurting, but we also know that one of the greatest ways to change communities and to change lives is through work like Elevate is doing. By providing high quality education, by building relationships with students. And so your contributions, your generous support of this work will help that continue. It will continue to change lives. You can be a rocket scientist by changing the trajectory of students' lives through your involvement with this program.
Fantastic. I couldn't have said it better myself. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us. Please give our appreciation to Dr. Davis and the board as well.
We're so grateful that you're here, and we're grateful to be a part of this.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. You know, folks, we have some great partnerships, beginning with the Ferguson Forest and School District, the administrators, all the people in the building who have embraced us as their comic cousins at McClure High School. But I'd also like to call attention to our corporate partner. Ascension came along in our greatest hour of need. Again, we had a downturn in our funding because of the pandemic, like so many nonprofits did, but Ascension saw something in Elevate St. Louis. So before we get to our guest, we'd like to be able to share with you a special message from Ascension.
Professional golf returns to St. Louis in 2021. The Ascension Charity Classic, presented by Emerson. Stars like Phil Mickelson, Ernie Els, Jim Furyk, and more compete at Norwood Hills Country Club, September 6th through the 12th. Tickets, clubhouse passes, hospitality suites, and Pro-Am foursomes are on sale now. All proceeds go to North St. Louis County Charities. Visit AscensionCharityClassic.com or call 314-938-2828. PGA Tour Golf is back in the Lou. The Ascension Charity Classic.
Oh, the Ascension Charity Classic is a big deal for our city, a huge tournament, and also huge for our community as their investment in the community. Alonzo Bird is the tournament director, man. Thanks for joining us this evening.
I'm glad to be here, Tim. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. First, for the folks who don't know, tell them, who is Ascension?
Well, Ascension is a major healthcare organization, a Catholic healthcare organization, which is headquartered here in St. Louis, but doesn't have any hospitals here in St. Louis. It has about 100 hospitals across the country, and they are dedicated to serving all people, particularly the poor. I think over the last year or so, they may have done $2.4 billion in indigent care.
Wow.
So it is a large organization, a very charitable organization, a very humanitarian organization.
Yeah, they invest in the community in a big time way.
They do, and I think I'm here on representing one of their major investments. The Ascension Charity Classic, presented by Emerson, will be a major event here in St. Louis. It will bring a lot of eyes to our city. We will have the PGA Tour champions. For those who don't know, those are what we used to call the seniors, but now they are tour champions.
That's it.
And they are names that we know, from Ernie Els to Phil Mickelson, you name it, Jim Furyk. Those will be the stars who are coming to St. Louis September 6th through 12th at Norwood Hills Country Club, which, by the way, it was purposely intended to bring this tournament to the North County area. To bring a tournament here that can have an economic impact on the area,
right,
and to really make a difference. And so we're very proud that the tournament is at Norwood, and we think it will be a great benefit to the community as a whole.
And you're going to be investing in North County charities through this organization, through the tournament, and we're so proud that one of them is Elevate St. Louis. What is it about Elevate St. Louis that fits so perfectly with Ascension's model?
Well, as I mentioned, they're very humanitarian in the sense that they care about others, you know, and that's what Elevate is about. Elevate is about caring about our young people. And, you know, you think about the Frederick Douglass quote, you know, it's much easier to raise strong children than to repair broken men. And so hopefully we are rearing children to become responsible adults. And I think that is a combination that we share with Elevate.
Yeah, what do you just love about Elevate St. Louis? You love it's boots on the ground, right? I mean, and you and I were talking earlier. It's not done on the broad level, it's done with individuals, and you invest in individuals. And this is an organization that starts with the individual.
I think that is a great way to start. You know, I'm a native of East St. Louis, and I grew up in that environment that it really mattered that someone cared about me, that took an interest in me. And like I said here earlier, no one can do it alone. And so by having an Elevate in the lives of these young people, you know, they can prosper. You know, I like the story that Frank was telling about picking up the kid at 2 a.m.
Right.
Hey, we're not in Uber, but hey, I know I've found myself in some situations like that and could have used that kind of help. And so it's great to have a healing hand and a helping hand in the community to bring these young folks around.
Yeah, and we're talking all evening about getting involved, supporting the great program that's taking place through Elevate St. Louis. And folks can do that. An easy way to do that is by supporting the tournament, right?
By all means. 3 of our primary charities this year will be the Boys and Girls Club of St. Louis, the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, and Marygrove. And of course, our chief and captain, Nick Ragone, who's always out in the community trying to do good things, working with the United Way, groups like that, the Sports Commission. We are going to make sure that there's a benefit from this tournament. You know, one golfer will win the tournament, but many children will win as a result of having this tournament here in St. Louis.
Absolutely. We're excited for it.
Well, look me up. AscensionCharityClassic.com. We got all the information you like.
Appreciate you being here, and thanks for your support of this evening and Elevate St. Louis and the city in general. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim.
You bet. That's the how. You've heard the what. You've heard what is Elevate St. Louis. You've seen how it's working. Now, how do we keep it going? How do we continue? Well, the answer to that is there's strength in numbers, and we need you in that number.
Good evening, friends. My name is Kirk Williams, and I am the chair of the board of directors for Elevate St. Louis, and I like to call myself the chief cheerleader for this wonderful organization. This past year has been like none other. With us dealing with the pandemic, and like other nonprofits, we were impacted by that as well. With funding being nearly cut in half, even our staff was impacted by that. But one of the things that I'm so proud of is the way that our staff handled that. How Frank and the remaining staff just rolled up their sleeves, dug in, and made a difference. And it's that difference that makes it all worthwhile. And so as I think about how they approach things, as I think about the way that they were able to not only continue to service all of the students that we work with by not letting one student down, by not decreasing the numbers of students that we are working with, they were able to be innovative and look at ways to modify the classroom, look at ways to modify their mentoring program, and also being able to work collaboratively with the school district. All of these things are shining examples of what they personify. They personify resilience, they personify hope, and they personify determination, all things that they teach every day to our students. And the result of that is our 17 graduates that we have, not losing one student throughout this past year. And we know how impactful and how just disruptive COVID-19 has been. And so with that, I am the chief champion, the chief cheerleader of this wonderful organization, and just want you to continue to support and look at this organization in the way that only you can do. And so with that, I want to turn it over to Frank to give us exactly how you can support.
Fantastic, Kirksey. Thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate your leadership that you provided since you come on board. And truly, folks, he is exactly what he said he is. He is our chief cheerleading officer for the organization. Thank you. Huge blessing to my life. Folks, I hope that we made good on our promise to present you with a joy-filled evening, from the music that we got from Kenny, all the way to seeing our students graduating, to hearing the stirring stories that were told by parents, and also being able to get that word of encouragement too from Alonzo and Ascension as well. So now, folks, I want to make an appeal to you directly. You know, Elevate St. Louis has been through tough times, just like so many other nonprofits have, in working with their young people too as well. But you know, we think that brighter days are ahead for us. Why? Because we are still here. We had to show determination and resilience, just like Kirksey said. We had to model that before our students. And there is no way that I and the remaining staff were going to buckle our knees and give up. We had to make sure that each and every day we came to work with that sense of purpose, recognizing that we're not here representing ourselves. We have education, we have other opportunities, but we recognize that there's a calling on our lives to continue this work and to see it through. And through it all, our students were able to hang on to their dreams, hang on to their hopes. 17 of them have graduated. We've got 25 more that are coming up as seniors, and then there's a class of 40 that's coming behind them, and it's growing and growing and growing. But we need your help and support. You know, there's an old proverb that we all have heard over and over again. It takes a village. You heard Rebecca Bowen say that about how we came around her and her husband to be able to help to be able to help her son, Stevie Jr., make it this far in life, you know. And they were a delight to work with, as all of our families are. But the theme of our next campaign that will help us to increase our capacity is called Strength in Numbers. Strength in Numbers. And with your help, we've set an ambitious goal of raising $1.8 million over the coming months. Now, folks are saying, hey, you guys have just made it out of the pandemic, and you guys you haven't been around very long. You know, how dare you set such an audacious goal? Well, I believe we can for this reason. Over the last 4 years, the St. Louis community, and also people outside of our community, local foundations and corporations like Ascension, have come alongside of us and trusted us with nearly $1 million, $975,000 over the last 4 years, to be able to help us to grow to this point. But you know, folks, we're not even close to our capacity. At full capacity, we're able to serve students from 4th grade all the way up to seniors in high school, having those sophomores and juniors work with those 4th and 5th graders to inspire them. We need the resources now to launch our middle school program, to keep to fan the flames of inspiration in those young people's lives, and to keep them moving forward with eager anticipation, knowing that the high school diploma is just one chapter in a chapter of many successes in their lives. Now, $1.8 million may sound like a lot of money, but let me clue you in on how we may get there together. Okay? What we hope to do is to attract 500 people who have the ability and the capacity to give $100 a month for 3 years. Now, it takes $1,200 to support one student to get them from start to finish in a year with us. So just think of it. Is your budget able to handle the capacity of $100 a month? Maybe that might seem a little steep for you because many of us, like my family included, has been affected by COVID-19. You know, I was talking with a person earlier today, and he said, Frank, you know, I don't know about $100 a month, but I really love what you do. I had a chance to experience some volunteer opportunities with your students, and I love those. But, you know, Frank, you know, what we can do right now is about $20 a month. Is that okay? And I said, absolutely. That is wonderful, and that's fine. But, you know, in the conversation we had last week when we were talking over lunch, you said that you knew 4 other people who loved the work that we were doing and wanted to make a similar investment in those kids in North County, right? Well, he agreed with me. He said, yeah, that's true. I said, do you think that you can talk with them and invite them to come alongside you and donate the same amount that you're donating? And he thought about that. He said, yeah, that's possible. He said, wow, Frank, together, that's $100 a month. Well, that gets us to be able to support a kid a year. Hey, man, that's awesome. So I present that same challenge to you. Do you know of other like-minded people that can come alongside you and give at the level that you're giving? Every dollar counts to be able to help young people hang on to hope, acquire the skills that they need, the character that they need, the resilience that they need, and the direction and support that they need to build a post-secondary education plan that includes going to college, enrolling in a trade school or technical school, joining the military, or getting a living wage job to discover what the next steps in their lives are. Now, there's other ways that other folks can support us too. You might be a part of an affinity group at a corporation that does a matching donation along with you. Band together with those folks. Ask them, hey, what can we do to make sure that no kid has to worry about getting there alone? By the way, that's our slogan. No one gets there alone, and that's why Elevate St. Louis shows up. You know, when we first got started too, we had a lot of foundations and corporations say, hey, Frank, you know what? You can drop a rock. You can throw a rock in there and it can come down on several youth-serving organizations. We don't really need another one. And I had to give them a little pushback, and I said, you know, we've done our research, we've done our homework, and we recognize that with generational poverty and disintegration of families, that it's only accelerating, and we're seeing results out in the streets all over St. Louis. But I told those folks that we've done the work, and we know that we don't have the capacity to meet the needs of thousands of young people who need at least one caring adult to walk with them outside of the people in their families. And so they said, Frank, we'll come back and talk to us later. We'll see what you've done. Well, the proof in tonight is what we've shown. There's 17 graduates. We've got 25 more in the pipeline and 40 after them. We also have a massive assessment project too that's going on that we count the progress of our students along with the Ferguson-Florissant School District, and we have proof that our young people are putting in the work to change their lives to become thriving contributors to help to elevate our entire region. So if there's anybody who told us no in the past, I hope that you're watching now, and I hope you'll give us another opportunity, and so you can come and see for yourself the great work that we are doing. So our campaign is going to launch on August 1st. You'll see a lot of information about it, but you don't have to wait till August 1st today. We've already shown you our website. You can click on the donate button and you can give today. It's already set up for you for a monthly donation. Now, if you can only give one time at any amount, I guarantee you, first of all, we're going to say thank you right now. And I'd also like to say thank you to the hundreds of supporters who have brought us to this point. You were faithful even during the pandemic, and many of you decided to keep on giving, and some of you actually increased your giving to get to this point. We'd also like to say thank you to other companies that have been with us as well to bring us to this point. But we'd also like to say thank you to other collaborators in the community, like Ferguson-Florissant Youth Initiative. They've been walking side by side with us, and we share the same common students that we love on them and support them just the same too as well. So folks, I'm asking you to consider 2 questions to see if this is a place where you should make your investment. The first question is this. I want you to ask yourself, what is it that breaks your heart? What is it that moves you to compassion and brings you to a point where you want to bring your 4 T's, your time, your talent, your treasure, and your testimony, your own personal story about how you didn't get there alone? What breaks your heart? The second thing I want to ask you is, what makes you come alive? What is it that gives you hope for the future to know that our young people can make it and turn the corner? If the answer to both of those questions for you is support Elevate St. Louis, well, you've already made your decision right there. We're just a couple of mouse clicks away from your support. We thank you so much for tuning in with us, and thank you so much for helping us to celebrate the vision. Tim?
Thank you, Frank. Hey, look, the proof is in the people. It's working. We're hearing the stories. We're seeing the families transformed. And there's communities that are going to be transformed through this as well. And one thing I haven't at least touched base with you on is talking to your people. They are passionate about pouring into these young people. Your staff, they're living out their passion by pouring in. That's huge, right?
You know, Tim, it's really hard to find people who see this kind of work as a calling upon their lives. You know, I'll tell you that the staff that has remained with us, they are so dedicated. We have put in way more work than what 2 people, 3 people should really be handling right now. But they refuse to give up because they know help may soon be on the way. And these folks are bona fide kid magnets. They have an unconditional love for young people. They're very creative. And on top of that, they play well with the Ferguson Florissant staff too. So.
It's huge. You've got dedicated folks, and you can see what it's doing for these young people. You can see the difference it's making in their lives. Again, we got 17 graduates. We got 25 in the pipeline for next year and 40 after that. Look, this thing started as a celebration. Celebrate the vision. And we want to continue the celebration. We want to be able to continue this celebration for years to come because there's such a desire, there's such a need for this. Celebrate with us. Help us celebrate. Help us create more celebrations in the future by supporting Elevate St. Louis. I mean, your heart is just moved, Frank, when you see these success stories and you see these young people graduating and moving on. It's your passion.
You know, I get to live this each and every day, Tim. We're there when students face their toughest challenges and they're broken. But we're also there with them when the light comes on for them, that spark is there, and we're there to fan it. You know, sometimes it takes another person to believe in a young person before they begin to believe in themselves. And Tim, this is something that we get to see just about every day in our program. Actually, this is not a program for us. It's really a lifestyle. It's a calling.
Yeah.
And we're so happy to answer it.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time on the thread. We talk about the value and the importance of community. This is a community that's walking alongside these students to lift them up, to support them, and make sure that they achieve their goals in life in a healthy way. I love it, and you're doing it. It's taking place.
Well, Tim, I can't wait to make good on making sure that we can raise up generations of thriving urban leaders. Young people who are going to be great neighbors, great employees, willing to give back, willing to make sure that the next generation behind them can be even more successful than them. Let's keep this thing going. 500
people that have the capacity and the heart and compassion to give $100 a month. Or get you some friends together. Do it collectively, like you said. Do it as a community, to support community. Doesn't get any better than that. Support Elevate St. Louis. You're supporting St. Louis. You're supporting the communities these young people are going into. And you're making productive folks and helping them achieve the goals that they have in life. See, it's that easy. Get involved. You see it working. It's taking place. Thanks to everybody who's joined us this evening for Celebrate the Vision, presented by Ascension. We appreciate it. I know, Frank, you appreciate all the support that we've received already.
Thank you all very much.
Hey, let's take it out with a look back at some of those 17 graduates, taking it back to where it all began, McClure High School, as we celebrate the vision coming to fruition. Have a great night. God bless.